Do we honestly have to go here? Yes, we do. So apparently some bird down in Australia and Feminism Debunked has debunked this one. Some woman's bitching. Excuse me. Excuse me. I had a shitty agent, so they didn't negotiate enough money for me. So I'm just going to leave because those evil men's are, of course, paid more than me because I'm a woman. Jesus, you know. Hey, Chris. Hey, Rishi, Rashi, Rushda. Good to see you. Thank you. Excuse me, shall we bring the racism into it? Shall we? Some white bitch who sits on her ass and gets paid $1.8 or $2 million a year to read a teleprompter. Of course, she's bitching because of fucking some reason. I mean, what about the women below you? Is there a female wage gap? Have we ever thought about that there, baby? Have we? You're sitting there on a television screen somewhere playing, whatever, fucking games. What about the women working in factories and shit? What about that? Oh, no. Let's not talk about that. We're just talking about those evil men's. Well, maybe, dear, you had a shitty agent. Have you thought about it? See, now that's the way this shit works in the big leagues, in media. You have agents, they negotiate, and blah, 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 blah. But she's a fucking victim. Only $2 million a year to sit and read fucking news. Okay, this one pisses me off. Feminism Debunked. Let me go there. Go to this channel. Subscribe, link, whatever the fuck. Ugh, good channel. Go. Okie Drummer says, there are women working in factories. I know. Let's listen to this pile of bullshit. Remember now, I'm just a woman. This is Australia. Oz, the land of koala bears on the Barbie and shrimps that'll kill you. Australia. So horrible for women in Australia. My God. All right, go ahead. Let's see what Feminism Debunked has to say.
6993622. And I did. Somehow I got the job, and 2.5 years later I was an editor. And 4.5 years.
Lisa Wilkinson has been a gender pay gap warrior for years. And now she's a victim. Oh, my God. What are we going to do?
After that...
Remember that Helen Reddy, an Aussie chick? I'm woman, hear me roar, strong and powerful. Yeah, no, not now. I'm a victim. Every goddamn time I have a chance to, I'm a victim.
I was headhunted by Kerry Packer.
Yeah, that's an extraordinary story too. But editor of Dolly...
Oh, so she was headhunted. There were people trying to get her on there. Yes. I have stories about that.
At 21 from that rise. But just let me stick with a minute from, your description here of your childhood. As you just told us, a kid from the western suburbs of Sydney, no private school.
Yeah, just a fucking victim of life because she's a whammon. And she only makes $1.8 million a year. I mean, fuck me. I mean, God almighty, I would be fucking...
Relatively ordinary past in sixth form, no uni degree.
Relatively ordinary
because your family didn't do that.
Didn't go to university. I'm the first one who went to college in my family. So do I get a fucking victim card? Do I? I don't think so, because I ain't got no vagina. Do I?
How has that affected your sense of yourself as you've moved through? Or have you grown... out of what many might know as imposter syndrome, has that...
She wanted $2.3 million per year, and they said no. Oh my God, it's discrimination against women. Really? Maybe you're just not worth it. Maybe you sucked too many cocks and they're just not interested anymore. What did I say? I didn't say that. That was that was someone else.
Which left you with a self-doubt about, the platforms you found yourself in life because.
Right. Tell you what, I want 2.3. We'll give you 1.8. Yeah, I'm a fucking oppressed victim. To sit on a chair and read news for a couple hours a day. Oh my God. Why don't you give up your position for an African American? Or, excuse me, in Australia, an Aboriginal lady who would really appreciate having the opportunity. No. That's not what we mean as feminists or anti-racist. No, that's not. No, it's the evil white men that should give that up. Got it.
Because through the book, there's a number of times in one of your kind of lessons in life, it's about.
I'm a victim, hear me roar, because I'm...
one way of phrasing it might be leaning in, but it's about sort of pushing yourself beyond your comfort zone if you're offered something there.
Twists in the tale of poster girl for pay parity, Lisa Wilkinson. You guys feeling this hate? You hear that? Can you feel it? Can you?
Tell me about those feelings.
Tell me about those feelings, because you're a woman and you're offered almost $2 million to talk on the fucking television. $2 million a year. Oh, well, I didn't get 2.3 because I'm fucking a victim. Are you? Sorry. This one gets me pissed off. I mean, this whole pay gap is such bullshit. Now, I'll give her something. As I said at the beginning, if you don't have a good agent, you might get fucked over. So hire a good agent. This is the big leagues in television. But are you kidding me? What about the factory workers? What about the caregivers? They want to bring down men who work in welding and shit. What about those? No. I'm a white fembot. And if you don't give me 2.3 million, it's gender discrimination. Right. Let's go on. Maybe.
Well, every time I've been offered these big and quite public roles, Fran, I've always thought,
like huge paychecks, but it's not enough, is it? No.
I'm not ready for this. I don't yet believe in myself enough to do this. But
how old do you have to be?
That person over there who's offering me this job does believe in me, and they do think I can do this. So,
I mean, how fucking hard is it, Lisa, to sit in front of a camera and read the teleprompter? Are you kidding me? Wow, they should pay me 2.3 million. I only get 1 point. Are you fucking out of your mind? Do you understand you do not have anything in common with actual humans here in the middle class and other people? Nothing. You're bitching when you're making $1.8 million a year to read a teleprompter. My God.
I won't tell them how much of this job I don't yet understand.
Excuse me, this job. Okay, let me explain it to you, Lisa. Here's the way this works. You see this, whatever this guy is, Kenny something. You sit at a desk and you read off a teleprompter. What about the women who used to be coal miners in Britain? What about that? What about the men who are putting hot tar on a roof in July in Missouri, making $20 an hour, and you're fucking sitting here bitching? Wait a minute, hamster, but that's a different job. Welcome to the fucking wage gap nonsense, because that's how they do it. Well, I mean, if this guy, he should get more educated. Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I'll just put my head down and work really hard.
How hard is it to work? Well, let's see. I put on some outfit, by the way, paid for by whoever channel she's. Trust me on this one. She's not buying her own clothes, people. So this guy isn't as well. And you sit there for 2 or 3 hours in the morning doing a breakfast show and you read off a fucking teleprompter. $1.8 million. Not enough.
And see if I can do it.
Well, obviously. A trained monkey can do it.
And somehow I've managed to survive. But
oh, how? Only $1.8 million a year. How in the fuck could she survive this? Really? Seriously? I'm a victim. I almost make $2 million a year. So it's evil.
There is a lot in me that when you have at a very young age, which I did when I was working at Dolly, when you have somebody who believes in you and says you can do this big job, and you don't understand why you've been chosen, when in your head you are still that kid from Campbelltown.
That poor victim from Campbelltown. Right.
You want to make sure when you know what that feeling is like, and when you
fucking please stop.
Manage to work really hard and succeed, but you want to pass that same joy onto some other young person who is just like you and really wet behind the ears and doesn't.
And all those young people who are wet behind the ears make $2 million a year reading some text. You're trying to compare your struggle with an average working man or woman. What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously. Really?
Yet know which way is up, but you can see something in them. And so for me, mentor.
I have to say, she was probably a fox about 30 years ago.
Young men and women.
Go on.
Mostly young women, because of the areas of the media.
Well, because obviously young women are all discriminated against this evil patriarchy in the West. They can't do anything. Just make sandwiches and get pregnant. Fuck is wrong with these people? Honestly.
But I've worked in particular.
If the evil patriarchy existed, Lisa, you wouldn't get on the fucking television. You wouldn't get anywhere. What the fuck is wrong with you? Seriously.
Younger in my career, earlier in my career,
in my career, and here's my career. I go in 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning, and I'm down the Missouri time, and I read things off a teleprompter that is written for me. Whoa! How can you fucking stand it?
I've always wanted to pass that on to others.
Okay.
And
you want to pass on the whining bullshit to other women so they'll whine and spew bullshit as well? Weep for wealthy Wilkinson, women of woe.
As I have.
In the book, you talk about your past decade in...
I mean, Emily Walsh, right? Another Australian lady. She does electrician shit. She does building. She does stuff. And it doesn't get paid $1.8 million a year to sit on her ass and do nothing. And here we are. Bitching. Oh my God.
What should we call?
I think I've had enough. This is, oh God, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit worked up today. Okay, we'll go on a little more since all you guys are here. Feminism Debunked. Go check it. Like, subscribe, do all that other crap. Let's see what else we have in this.
Call it the rough and tumble of breakfast TV, Australia's very own morning wars.
The rough and tumble of breakfast TV. The fuck am I even hearing?
Are being played out for all to see. You started with Sunrise. You were poached and later dumped by Channel 9.
Oh my God. How is it even possible that the oppressed women can sit there and read something? Fuck me. Wow.
As you were sort of contemplating moving,
Or the oppressed men, by the way. I'm not just ripping on women here. All these fucking loser. Oh my God, I'm getting paid $2 million a year to read news. Really? That's worth it? And the scary thing, it is.
seeing what happened at 9 to Jessica Rowe, she was, quote, Eddie McGuire boned.
Another woman, just posed.
You say the co-presenter said it today at that time was like a poison chalice. You were the fifth female
Lisa blasts media over book. Sick of it.
co-host in 18 months. Why did you step into that? Was it the salary? Is that why you did it?
She probably could have just worked at a shop somewhere and made $10 an hour. But no. Because she was an oppressed woman, she was being paid $1.8 million a year. Right? Am I wrong?
God, no, absolutely not. I was working at Sunrise. I was hosting Weekend Sunrise.
I'm sure you were being paid slave wages, right? No?
And I'd been bitten by the breakfast TV bug because you know yourself, you've been there 17 years, Fran. You know that is the most exciting news part of the day because
I would like to be a musician and make $1.8 million a year. You know why I don't do that? It's not going to happen. It's a hobby. Maybe you should just take up doilies and painting.
You're breaking all of the news that's been happening overnight
but just remember, though, she didn't go to college. So the evil, oppressive men.
Australia's been asleep. And you're also creating news yourself. I mean...
No, you're not. You're reading news. How hard is it? Well, I'm reading this one right here. Should I get paid $1.8 million and then tell myself I'm oppressed? The fuck is this? Sorry.
The privilege, and there's very few of us who get to do it, the privilege of being able to interview prime ministers. And I interviewed, 6 prime ministers.
Did they take you seriously? Would be another question.
In the space of 15 years. And breakfast TV gave you that privilege. And when I was at Sunrise, Mel Doyle, Mel and Koshy were, the great big #1 brand of breakfast TV.
Excuse me, you're paying me $1.8 million a year. So I'm going to perform for you. In Sydney, it is 10C. In Alice Springs, it's 15C. Looks like we might have another, scorcher of a kangaroo court. The fuck is this? This is just crap.
Their show had, very much been relegated to #2. And
oh, of course, the victim. Yes, please tell us how you're a victim. Making $2 million a year. Please go on.
I knew that Mel Doyle had a job for life.
I don't know who Mel Doyle is, but I'm sure he's an evil man. Probably white.
I knew that if Mel ever left, Natalie Barr would get the gig. If I was lucky, I was third in line.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe you just deserve third in line. Okay. Oh, my God, you guys. What? There's nothing going on a Wednesday? All right. You want some more? All right. I'll give it to you. Here we go.
But when the Today Show came along, and I think once again, this goes back to me still in my head. I'm still a kid from Campbelltown. That's where all of my greatest friendships still lie, with all of those girls that I went to school with from kindergarten. I just thought, I'm much more comfortable being an underdog. I'm much more comfortable fighting for something to succeed. And that was what happened at the Today Show. When Kyle and I got together, Sunrise had double our numbers, and by 2016 we'd won the ratings, and we clawed it back year by year by year. And for me, that's my comfort zone.
I'm sure she complains about having to pay tax on her tampons, only making $2 million a year.
fighting for something.
In the midst of that, and you write about this in some detail, you were dumped by Nine in a pretty harsh way. You got a phone call from your agent. You're in the supermarket.
Excuse me, she had an agent, didn't she? And they said no.
You
That's called negotiation.
just finished an editorial meeting about the next day's show, and you were told you were gone.
Oh, excuse me. We had to talk about the next day's show. What are you going to do there, Jeff? Well, I'm going to read the teleprompter. What about you, Lisa? Wow, I think I'm going to do that too. Wow.
Now, it became clear that, well, Channel 9's version of that is you were dumped because you demanded a huge salary, $2.3 million to re-sign in the breakfast team.
And they said no. Welcome to the world of competition. Oh my God, it's not a competition. It's oppression of the women.
argument at the time from you was all about wage parity. Can we set the record straight?
What if you're not worth as much as the men or other women? What about that? No, I'm an oppressed woman because I came from Campbelltown in Sydney. Right. You guys want to hear any more of this shit? Oh my God.
Is that what that was about? You wanted salary parity with Carl Stefanovic. Is that what that was about?
You know, I want salary parity with the CEO of my company. Well, tough fucking shit. Boom and bingo. Oops.
I asked for salary parity ever. I asked for a fairer share of the spoils.
And maybe they said, no, you're not worth $2.5 million. Accept it. Oh, no, it's the oppression of women. Are you kidding me?
Were coming to a show that Carl and I had taken to number one. I found out the salary that Carl was on.
Mm-hmm. Number one, Arbitron, what do you have? Yeah, that's all bullshit too, by the way.
From two separate sources who'd been in his negotiations. And
I mean, I could pull out my Arbitron numbers from like 30 years ago if you want to see them. You know what happened to me? I got fired.
The gender pay gap was off the charts.
And they were good.
The 2.3 million is a complete lie that's been constantly repeated. It was given in an interview by the then head of Channel 9, Hugh Marks. It is a
So you didn't ask for 2 point whatever. Okay.
Complete lie. I have all of the emails to prove it. I didn't go into the numbers in the book because
they were fucking lies.
I thought it was, you know, that whole narrative was put out there to make me look greedy and like I'd risen above my station.
Why, excuse me, why would anyone think you looked greedy if you weren't asking for $500,000 more? If you just asked for the same thing, maybe a little bump, nobody would say that. Why would people think you were greedy?
But it was a narrative that I decided.
I'm sorry, guys. I've had enough. Go to the Feminism Debunked channel. Chris Mitchell says, yes, I am a transgender, so I should get paid the same. Sorry, guys. I gotta go. Feminism Debunked. Go to the channel. I'll see you guys. Let's see. Chris, we're doing something Friday. And Hammerhands and I are doing something on Sunday. So look forward to that. I'll see ya.